How's everybody doing? Welcome to a brand new and special double episode of your favorite podcast. Please remain seated. I'm your guy, 6-foot cowboy, Jason Price, and we're going to have a good episode. Good long episode tonight. I didn't get to have an episode last week, and I'm very sad about that, but I had no electricity for most of the week, and then my AC went out on top of that, so it was a week from hell. But we're back. Ready to have a good time. It's going to be a great night. So get ready to have some fun. But before we get started, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. It would really help me out if you could do that. Get a YouTube login and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, click like within YouTube. That really helps me a lot. Could you please do that? All right. Well, you know what? It's my favorite time of year, and I think I'm going to do a toast to it. It's football season, and I'm glad we're back in season, football fans. Got a lot of football to talk about already. As I record this, the Oklahoma Sooners are playing their season opener. The Oklahoma Sooners are playing the Houston Cougars. Excuse me, I'm still sick. I've been battling a cold for too many days. So I decided to go and record my episode during the OU game. Why? Because for the most part, college football sucks. Yeah, you heard me say it. College football sucks. You know what I can't stand? And this happens a lot in Oklahoma. People, I say, do you like football? And they say, I watch college. I watch college. Oh, do you watch college? Do you have a man bun too? So sick of hearing that. Those people say I watch college, they probably wear flip-flops with blue jeans. Can't stand these people. College football is an inferior product to the NFL product. If you don't think so, then you're just not very knowledgeable about football. College football, they make their own schedules, first of all. Major problem. They make their own schedules. And they load them up with cream puffs. And somewhere during the season, they might actually have to play somebody. But by and large, it's so boring because you're watching good teams play bad teams. And it's just not overly enjoyable. Do I watch it? Hell yes, I watch it. I watch it like crazy. But do I like it better than the NFL? Not even close. Not even close. I don't like the schemes. Offensive and defensive schemes are inferior, clearly inferior. I don't like, the way the playoffs set up. Playoffs are so stupid in college. In professional football, you play the best teams. Guaranteed. You're not going to get out of playing somebody. College, they get out of playing people all the time. They go off of the fake news, people's opinion on who the best team is. Can you believe that? I mean, that's why college football is inferior. And especially, I want to give a special shout out to those White Claw drinking so-called men that say, I watch college, when I ask them if they watch football. Hey guys, if you think making money makes football not football, you're crazy, because college football makes a shit ton of money. So if you think the fact that the pros make money is why it's an inferior product, look again. By the same token, do I agree with the whole taking a knee bullcrap? Heck no. I've already went over that. Please watch my back episodes to get my stance on the taking a knee fiasco in the NFL. You know, something else is driving me crazy, and I guess I'm going to be on a lot of rants tonight. Something else driving me crazy is these commercials that are airing primarily in Oklahoma, and they're entitled, I Am Chickasaw. I Am Chickasaw, and it shows an Oklahoma that describes how they're part of the Chickasaw Nation, and this is what they are. They are a white person talking about how they're Indian. Oh my God. I mean, spare me. Okay? Don't, if you have a drop of Indian blood, don't do a commercial about how Indian you are. It's ridiculous. You know, my good friend out in San Diego, in my day job, I won't mention his name, but he runs the national program that reaches out to Native Americans for vocational rehab. Really good guy. Been in a lot of movies. He calls those people part of the largest Indian tribe in the world, the Wannabe tribe. Spell that out. Wannabe. Wannabe tribe. Okay? Chickasaw, you make enough money with all your casinos and everything else that you don't need to have all these stupid commercials with white folks talking about how Indian they are. It's ridiculous. All right, moving on. Like I said, this is a double episode, so we're going to double back on some things that I wanted to go over last time. Big things happening, coming soon in the UFC. One of the big recent announcements was Ben Askren versus Damian Maia. That's going to take place in October. A lot of people are calling this the two best grapplers in the world squaring off. Or the two best grapplers in MMA, rather, squaring off. Where do I stand on this? 100% agree with it, folks. 100% agree with it. These are the two best grapplers. Anybody doesn't think so, get in the UFC and prove it then. Otherwise, Damian Maia and Funky Ben Askren are squaring off for the best grappler in MMA fight. And believe me, I'm on the side of Funky Ben Askren because I love wrestling. I love wrestling. And I especially love wrestlers that have submissions. Catch wrestling is the best. The thing, and I love jiu-jitsu too, but the thing I can't stand about jiu-jitsu is so many practitioners don't know how to take people down. So they scoot around on their butt, they try to pull guard and all these other things. Hey, if you want to work your submission game, learn how to take somebody down. And hats off to Damian Maia being a true jits guy who has learned the takedown game about as well as you can for a non-wrestler. So I'm super excited about this card. Staying with the theme of grappling, I don't like sport jiu-jitsu. I don't like it. Not one bit. And here's a guy I don't like. Keenan Cornelius. He's this idiot that wins all these medals and championships in jiu-jitsu, but he would get stomped if he was in a real fight. He scoots around on his butt, he turns around backwards and crawls, and he does these weird donkey moves, and he's ridiculous. I'm not a fan because it's not practical in a real combat situation. Okay? Why am I picking on Keenan Cornelius? Because he came out last week and said that the great Rickson Gracie and his father Elio Gracie, the founders of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, would be purple belts if they were seriously practicing today. Can you believe that? What disrespect. What a punk. Keenan Cornelius, get lost. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. How dare you say the great Rickson Gracie and his father Elio would be purple belts? Absolutely ridiculous. You know, I'm glad you tuned in tonight. How great is podcasting, really? I mean, truly, it's a great medium. I'm a huge fan and supporter of Joe Rogan and the Joe Rogan Experience, as well as his shall we say, sphere of friends that also have podcasts. Number one fan of Theo Vaughn. This past weekend, great podcast. I love a lot of the things going on with Joey Diaz, with the Church of What's Happening Now, and I think it all spawns from what Joe Rogan started in the late 90s when he got ahead of the podcasting game. And I looked online, and I guess he gets around 5 to 10 million a year just from his podcast. I say power to him. It's a great show. It's great to see long-form interviewing back in style, and he does a great job with it. He's had three, I think, presidential candidates on, including most recently Bernie Sanders. Great episode with Bernie, even though I don't agree with him on most things. Joe's doing a great job. I think podcasting is really making up for the lack of real journalism. And remember, when I say lack of real journalism, I'm a freaking journalist. So I can say that. Because I remember when we had it. I have a degree in journalism. I'm extremely proud of it. Extremely proud of it. But it's just not out there right now. It's very sad. What else going on? In entertainment news, very sad to find out that Sony has decided to remove Spider-Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Why is this important? Because having Spider-Man in the MCU was what it's all about. Spider-Man is Marvel. So here's the background for people that don't know. Spider-Man, his movie rights were owned and are owned by Sony. So Marvel could not use his character in their main movies. They came to an agreement to bring him in, a money deal around Captain America Civil War, and then he stayed throughout Spider-Man Far From Home, which was last month. Unfortunately, the deal came up for renewal. Sony wanted a bunch more money. Marvel's parent company, Disney, did not agree, and the deal could not be reached. And as of right now, Sunday, September 1, roughly 9:15 p.m. Central Time, Spider-Man is out of the MCU. And I'm very sad to report that. And I hope a deal can be worked out. You know, I do fear that the Marvel movies, comic movies in general, are going to start to go down because of woke politics and the way that our American culture is being eroded. So that may have happened anyway. So maybe it's for the good, but I hope we see Spider-Man return to the MCU. I really do. What else is going on? You know, I did hear that they're coming out with Matrix 4. I was a huge Matrix fan. Any Matrix fans out there, hit me up in the comments if you like the Matrix. I love the Matrix, so I'm very excited to hear that they're coming out with another one. However, got a little bit of news on this. The great Wachowski brothers, Larry and Andy Wachowski, who brought us the Matrix trilogy at the turn of the century, are now, wait a minute, get ready, the Wachowski brothers are now the Wachowski sisters. I'm not kidding, folks. Larry and Andy have changed their name to like Lauren and Andrea or something like that. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a freaking joke. But no, the famed filmmakers of Wachowski brothers are now the Wachowski sisters. Welcome to today's world. And that will wake even the woke up to hear that nonsense. Every time I turn around, something crazy like this is going on. What else is going on? What's the film going to be like? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know if they're going to... I think they're going to pick up right where Matrix... the third Matrix ended. I think it's going to happen right there where the Matrix Revolution, I believe, was the third film. I think the story's going to pick up right there. I do know Keanu Reeves, is returning. So we know that's a great thing. I don't know about Larry Fishburne, and I do think Carrie Ann Moss is also returning as well. So at least we'll have those two to see when this new Wachowski Sisters movie comes out. Unbelievable. What else is going on? Let's switch gears over to basketball for a second. So last week, everybody knows I'm a big basketball fan. I'm especially a big NBA fan. See the comments about NFL? Same thing in the NBA. Although college basketball does a better job of doing playoffs, I'll give them that. They do know how to do playoffs. March Madness is legit. So Team USA lost in a tune-up game for the World Championships that are coming back around. So Team USA got beat, snapping a 78-game winning streak, folks. 78-game winning streak snapped because they got beat by, I think, an Australian team. I think it was Team Australia. And one of my friends said it had to happen sooner or later. No, it did not, brother. It didn't have to happen sooner or later. Why did it happen? I'll tell you right now. It happened because our best players are too freaking lazy to go play now. So we got a bunch of third-string NBA guys out there playing these games. And that's why we got beat. Why do we even have NBA players? Because in 1988, our college boys got beat. And so we decided, heck, we're sending the pros in 92. And all the legends, all my heroes came to the forefront and accepted the challenge. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, on down the line, John Stockton, Clyde Drexler, Scottie Pippen, everyone you can think of made up the dream team. But every Olympics since then, it's been harder and harder to get the best players, with the exception of the Redeem team in 2008, when once again they all eagerly went to play. I think it's a testament to the NBA players today, amongst the most selfish of pro athletes. They switch teams every year, and it just makes me sick the way the NBA players are carrying themselves, because they should have stepped up to the call of their country. But that's not the only reason. Part of the reason we lost also is due to the fact that the Dream Team, my favorite team, has made the world better at basketball. There's pretty much a foreign-born player on every NBA team. So what happens is these foreign-born players, because they were inspired by the Dream Team, are now getting to the NBA. So now when we go to the Olympics now, we're facing other NBA players. Like Greece will have the Greek Freak on their team. You know, who else? Steven Adams plays for Australia, I think, and so on and so forth. So it's even more important that we get our best players on the court for the Olympics. Or in this case, the World Championships. The World Championships. So, as I look over the USA roster, I'm not going to go through it because it's not worth, it's a garbage roster. It really is. Do I think we'll win gold? Yes, I think we'll win gold. We'll find a way. But guys, the players need to get out there and get back on the team. You know, play great basketball. Have some pride for America. Have some pride for America. Okay? All right, switching gears, I want to talk a little bit about some political stuff. Big surprise, I know. The first thing is the Electoral College. Now, in 2012, the Democrats were applauding the Electoral College because Obama was reelected. Oh, thank goodness for Electoral College. I know he lost popular vote, but we have Electoral College, and that's why we have it. It's great. Well, in 2016, when Trump won the presidency, what did the Democrats do? Now they wanted the Electoral College abolished because Trump won because of it. He lost popular vote. He won because of the Electoral College. I'm not going to give a lecture on the Electoral College tonight, but I'm going to say we need it, and we need it bad. And it really pisses me off that Democrats want to get rid of something just because they lost one election. Okay? If we don't have the Electoral College, then LA, New York, they're going to pick all of our presidents. And nobody's going to care anything about my people in the middle of the country. If we have the Electoral College abolished, it would be a bad thing. Same thing with computer voting. I'm not for computer voting. Why do we need it? Get out there and vote. I'm in a freaking wheelchair, and I vote. So get your butt up and get out there and vote. You don't need to go to your computer and freaking vote. Russians already tampered with our election. What do you think they'll do if we have electoral voting? By the way, how are we going to verify who people are? It's a huge mess. Get to your polling place and vote. We don't need any stupid USAelection.com crap. So get that out of your head, everybody. What else could we talk about? As I said, I'm a big fan of the Joe Rogan network of podcasts. One bone I have to pick with Joe Rogan is why he's picked Brendan Schaub as his mascot, really. Brendan is a journeyman UFC fighter turned comedian, and he's a terrible comedian. Terrible comedian. But because of his friendship with Joe Rogan, he gets on stage, he gets specials, he gets to do podcasts with people like Theo Vaughn and others, and I wouldn't hate on him except for the fact that he's super arrogant and mean to everybody now. It's like, dude, you don't even have any talent. What are you doing? Slow it down. Slow your roll. Get on YouTube, look up a Brendan Schaub documentary called You Might Be Surprised, Brendan Schaub. If you can't find it on YouTube, look on Vimeo. It'll give you the background on really what Brendan Schaub's all about. But, he's not, he just doesn't seem like he's a very good guy. Nothing like Theo Vaughn, for example, is about as genuine as a celebrity can be. Shout out to my friend the Rat King, Theo Vaughn. Great guy. Brendan Schaub, not so much. What else is going on? I want to talk a little bit about Conor McGregor. I'm a fan of Conor McGregor. Most people know this about me. Conor had a video come out last week on TMZ of him delivering a left hand to the face of a 50-year-old man in a bar in Ireland. Not cool. And I told one of my friends that I can't defend that. Here's the scenario. Conor's in the bar. He decides to get a bottle of his whiskey, Proper 12, which I like, and buy everyone in the bar a shot of it. One old man, 50-plus-year-old man at the bar, refused to take the free shot from Conor. And they went back and forth, and Conor tried to give it to him 2 or 3 times, and he kept saying no, and said a few other things. We don't know. There was no audio on the video, but we do see they argued a bit, and then Conor popped him with just a quick little jab to the face, side of the head, with the left hand. Not cool. This happened in April of 2019, so a few months ago, but the video was just released. Conor decides to go on ESPN. It broke in live in prime time. He did roughly an hour with Ariel Helwani, apologizing for the incident and kind of giving his state of the state in his world. Now, what did I think of it? I thought it was very genuine. Conor's a guy that's out there, man. He puts his feelings out there. He said, look, that was garbage. That was a scumbag move. I wish I could take it back. I was a little bit tipsy. That's no excuse. So I'm really embarrassed, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's got to stop. Even though I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan, that's got to stop. You can't hit old guys in bars. Really, I go to bars sometimes, but nothing good happens at bars. So maybe Conor just needs to stay out of bars. I think that's probably a good idea. What's going on with Conor? So let's see. Conor wants a rematch with Khabib Nurmagomedov, the man that submitted him last October very convincingly for the 155-pound UFC title. Conor would like a rematch. Khabib keeps saying no. So Conor said, hey, I'll fight anybody. I'll fight Nate Diaz again. I'll fight Dustin Poirier. I'll fight whoever they want me to fight. Tony Ferguson, Max Holloway, whoever they want me to fight, I'll fight. So it's good to see Conor getting interested in fighting. He needs a win. He needs to win badly. He had the boxing match 2 years ago against Floyd Mayweather. Let's talk about that for a minute. I know a lot of my friends out there, my boxing friends, talk about how Conor got destroyed. Let me tell you how this fight went. I agree with Chelsea on it. Conor McGregor kicked Floyd Mayweather's ass for 6 rounds. And then Floyd turned around and kicked Conor's ass for the next 4 rounds and got the TKO. Anybody that thinks different is crazy. Don't give me that bull crap that Floyd carried him. Floyd carried him. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Teddy Atlas, great boxing minds out there, they were at the fight, clearly said Conor won 4 to 6 rounds. And why in the heck, if you're the best boxer in the world, would you let a guy that's never boxed stay with you? You would destroy him. You know, the fight was not fixed. Nobody was carried. And the judges are the worst I've ever seen. The judges for that boxing match gave Conor McGregor 0 rounds. I believe Floyd Mayweather threw 1 punch in the first round, but he won the round by all 3 judges. That tells you how corrupt it was. Totally corrupt. I wish they could do a rematch. Do I think Conor win a boxing match against him? Probably not. But hey, if I'm Floyd Mayweather, I would do an MMA match against Conor. Again, you make another $300 million, and it would be so cool, even if he submitted you in 30 seconds, that you were brave enough, Floyd, to get out there and compete. So that's what I would do. I would do it 1-on-1. I would do Floyd next in MMA, and then if they want to box again, I'd be all for it. But to say Conor didn't win a round and that Conor was carried, no. Conor started strong. Conor won a few rounds. He did pretty damn good for a non-boxer before he was stopped for a TKO loss. So that's what I think about that. I would like to see Conor hopefully fight before the end of the year. I would like a Khabib rematch, or, I would like a Dustin Poirier rematch. I would like, I wouldn't mind the Frankie Edgar match some people are talking about. Heck, I wouldn't mind Jorge Masvidal. I know Dana White's come out and said that Jorge's too big and all this stuff. Well, that plays right into Conor, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Jorge Conor fight at some point in the future, along with the Nate trilogy and the Khabib rematch. So there you go. There's my thoughts on Conor. We did have a UFC Fight Night last night. It was in China. Some great fights on the card. I'm just going to touch on the championship fight. Jessica Andrade got upset and lost a strawweight UFC title to a Chinese lady that I won't try to pronounce her name, but let me tell you, she was an animal. She came out like a maniac. Knees, hooks. She finished the champ in about 40 seconds. So we have a new strawweight champ. And of course, Henry Cejudo's called her out. I don't know what you guys think about Henry Cejudo and his King of the Cringe moniker, where he's calling out all these people to bend their knee to him. He's the 125 and 135 pound men's champion, and he's calling out everybody, women's champs, bigger guys, to fight. I think that's a little bit much. I wouldn't, I'd probably dial that back if I was Cejudo, but hey, I guess some people like it, so there you go. Let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite topics, woke politics. Man, this stuff makes me need another drink, because there's nothing driving me crazy right now than woke politics. So, sometime in the near past, the left became violent. The left became freaking violent. This Antifa movement, they're hitting people with batteries, throwing urine on people. I can't believe the way the left is acting. And it all centers around this woke politics thing. I made a funny post on Facebook about, I thought it was funny, but I also think it's damn true. Why does Nike pay Colin Kaepernick millions of dollars per year to do ads that are focused around oppressed people, when they pay foreigners 20 cents an hour to make their expensive shoes. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I posted that, and some of my left and right friends did some sparring on Facebook, and I felt so bad because I don't want my feelings and my thoughts and beliefs to cause people to fight. I don't believe in Facebook arguments. I think they're awful. Those people that are closest to me know that I've lost a lot from Facebook arguments, and I don't believe in them. And so it was unfortunate that that post caused that, but I believe it is ridiculous that Nike is so two-faced, so duplicitous, that they will pay Colin Kaepernick millions of dollars to talk about how oppressed certain people are, but then pay people 20 cents an hour to make shoes. And you can try to fact check me, but you'll find out that it's still happening. You'll be wasting your time, but please go ahead and do that. So let's get to the point where we can talk again and have differing views without blocking each other and getting, so dang argumentative about everything. Let's come together for the good of the country. So what about Ruth Bader Ginsburg? I've heard that she's in bad health. For those of you that don't know, she's a Supreme Court justice. She's very old. She's well into her 80s, and she's having another cancer scare, I believe. Some people call her the notorious RBG. I think that's a pretty cool nickname. She is a left-leaning justice, but I have great respect for her. I think she is a principled woman, and I think she will probably pull through this current scare because she seems extremely tough. Extremely tough. So I look forward to her pulling through. And if not, Trump's going to nominate another one. And, I'm not necessarily against that. But I say don't count her out because the notorious RBG is pretty tough. So I'm okay either way on that. I really am. What else is going on? I want to talk briefly about Andrew Luck. Andrew announced his retirement from the National Football League. He's been the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts for roughly 7 years, and he's had just a plethora of injuries. So Andrew decided to step away. Problem is, the story broke during a Colts preseason game, and the crowd booed him. And they booed him relentlessly, okay? Am I okay with that? No. No, I'm not. I don't think the fans should have booed him. I was in the Dallas Cowboys stadium at the end of Troy's career when he was starting to get booed, when his body just wouldn't hold up. He couldn't make the throws he once could, or he couldn't avoid the sacks. And it really hurt me because I know what a legend Troy is and was. And I feel the same way about Andrew Luck. Don't boo people that have given their body to your team. Don't do it. Andrew's retiring because he feels he has to. Let's give him that. Please, let's give him that. So I don't feel good about the Andrew Luck retirement and the booing. Okay? Hey, on a lighter note, let's talk briefly about this Popeyes. Sorry, like I said, I don't feel that great. Let's talk about this Popeyes Chick-fil-A sandwich war. I guess, about a week ago, Popeyes came out with this chicken sandwich. I did not get to try it, but I've heard it was absolutely delicious and rivaled Chick-fil-A, which we all know is super delicious. And I guess it's a chicken sandwich war now. Now, in the last 48, 72 hours, Chick-fil-A has reported that Popeyes has reported that they have sold completely out of their chicken sandwich. That's how good it is. There's none left in America. They had enough to last, I think, till October. They're already gone. That's how popular they were. So let's keep an eye on the chicken sandwich wars. And hopefully by next time I can try the Popeyes chicken sandwich. But I tell you what, I've been in a lot of Popeyes, and from a customer service standpoint, they don't live up to Chick-fil-A. Not even close. Chick-fil-A will come out to your car. They take your order on the iPad. I mean, one time I saw a 70-plus-year-old lady started airing up one of the tires on my van that was a little bit low. I didn't even know it was low. She just jacked that thing up, got the air, made sure everything was tight, set it back down. I thought I was in the NASCAR pit for a pit stop. That's how Chick-fil-A is. Top of the line customer service. So Chick-fil-A, I gotta give you a leg up no matter how good that sandwich is over Popeyes. Like I said, I had to spend a few days in a hotel this week due to no electricity and no AC. I got out to Bricktown, saw the Dodgers play. You'll notice my throwback Oklahoma City 89ers cap because I'm kind of a throwback kind of guy. I had a great time going to the game that night. We got beat 7-4 by the Iowa Cubs, but it was a lot of fun. I sit by a couple of scouts and we talked baseball and minor league baseball, and that was a lot of fun. I encourage you, if you want to see some good ball, get out there to Bricktown Ballpark and watch the Dodgers because they do have a good product. Even though they're not leading the division, they're playing some good ball. And I like minor league ball because they're hungry. They're very hungry in the minor leagues. No doubt about that. What else is going on? I saw the Fast and Furious spin-off film called Hobbs and Shaw, and I thought it was a pretty good movie. Now, having said that, none of the Rock's movies are any good, but they're fun. They're just fun. So get out there and see Hobbs and Shaw. If you like good popcorn action movies, there's no thinking. There's no deep plot. It's just The Rock flexing his muscles, cars getting crashed. But it was a good time. A really good time. So I'm glad to have been out there. I also had to go through getting a new AC this week. Shout out to Airflow Technologies of Yukon for expediting getting me a new system so I can get out of the hotel. It's good to have AC again. And it's just been a heck of a week. The power outage on Monday, early Monday, left me without power. I couldn't charge my wheelchair. I had to switch to another chair. It was just an incredibly difficult week, to put it mildly. It was an incredibly difficult week. So I'm glad to be back with you guys. Again, please like my video on YouTube. Please subscribe. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you're not, go ahead and comment on that too because, hey, I need haters as much as I need fans. So get out there and comment either way. And let's make this podcast all it can be. Because I think it can be much more. Next week we'll have the NFL season to discuss. As you know, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm excited. I want to get Zeke Elliott re-signed with the Cowboys. I hope something comes out soon on that. I do think that Jerry Jones got a bit of a raw deal when they said that he was insensitive for saying Ezekiel who in the interview, which was a joke. And I like his answer. The answer was, I have earned the right to joke with Ezekiel. And that's woke culture. That's woke culture. Because Jerry Jones makes that joke, so what is he? He's a racist. You know, that's the world we live in now. Any joking, anything that doesn't agree totally with the far left, the woke political culture will label you a racist. That's horrible. There's no way to be. Evaluate your politics. See where you really stand. How did I move away from the left? Remember, I didn't. The left moved away from me. But how did I embrace it? By looking at stuff from all angles. I started to argue political issues from the other side to train myself to be a centrist. I'm a proud centrist. So get out there, engage, have a great week. Let's come back next week and have another great episode. And I hope we have a terrific start to football season. I hope school's off to a great start for those of you that are at school. And I wish you all the best. and see you next week. Hit me up on social media, 6 Foot Cowboy, across all platforms. Take care, guys. Bye.